YouTube tarot reader, Lisa Lee, has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. We're going to be doing some tarot reading here on this channel, and we're going to be doing it fairly soon. Just waiting for everybody to trickle in as the notifications go out. My name is Lisa, and I am a tarot reader, liminal witch. I've been doing tarot for 29 plus years, and we're going to be doing some today. But I also have the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck, the Samhain Oracle, so this is perfect for this time of year. I also pulled out the Urban Crow Oracle deck as well, but I think we're going to use the Samhain one tonight as an option. So if you would like an Oracle reading instead of a tarot reading, that is very much a possibility for you tonight. Just make sure when you request a reading that you say which one that you would like. And then I'm using this deck. Now, for those among you that know your tarot, you're going to need to let me know what this deck is called again, because I keep forgetting it. Because I haven't got it stored in a box, I've just got it stored in a bag. So I completely forget what it is. It's you know, it's an amazing deck, so we're going to be using that one. I've also pulled out from the collection the Tarot 3D. Look at that, you can see, look, he moves, hello, that Patricia actually bought me, yeah, so she sent me that across a while ago now, actually, and it's just the major arcana, so it's a really good one just for details. So I'm all set up with multiple decks tonight. Do excuse my voice being a little bit croaky. I don't know why it's croaky. We've not done much. All we've done is really weigh in today, and that was about it. So yours. Good evening to Patricia. Good evening to Necro Neil. Good evening to Mariana Ivanisevic. Hello, my darling. I hope you are well. Oh, good evening to Holland as well. Good evening, Holland. I hope you are well. Good evening to Aisha Sharif. Everybody's popping in now. You see, notifications are going out. So yes, Patricia, you are the mistress of all knowledge when it comes to tarot decks and things like that. Hang on, I just need to move. Hang on a second. I can't see where the voice meter thing is. There we go. Good evening, Marie Rogers. What is, if I bring the camera right in, what is this deck called? I can never remember it because it's because I've just got it stored in the case. I can never remember what the deck is. Not in its case. I can never remember what it's called. It's that really sort of odd art style that I really like. Yeah, look, I don't really can see. Let me know if you recognize it, or anybody else in the stream. Let me know if you recognize it. I'll put that to one side because I am going to use the Rainbow Tarot tonight as the sort of, I guess, the main deck. But it is up to you tonight if you want a tarot card reading or an oracle reading. So either way, how do you get a tarot or oracle reading on this channel? Well, there are two ways. The first way is to wait until I open up a round, and then you put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and also start it with a T or an O, so I know whether you want a tarot or an oracle pull, because they are different. And then pop your question. That will then get put into a hat with everybody else who wants a free reading, and the keeper of the questions, one of our lovely moderators, will do a randomizer thing at their end and pick somebody, and then I will get that information sent across via their WhatsApp, and I will then do the reading for that person. Okay, so it's completely randomized. Or if you want to guarantee that you get a reading today, the easiest way to do it is to send a super chat, and that will guarantee that you get a reading. if you send a super chat of $8 or more, it will guarantee you a longer reading, so a 6 or 7 card reading. That's whether it's a tarot or oracle that you're after. But before we get started, there is some important information I need to share. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future. Absolutely, that is really, really, really important. I'll just put my always tired badge on because it is very true. Right then, so let's have a look. Internet issues again. Patricia's having some problems today. That's okay, my darling. We will go with it as we can, and we will work with it as we can. So let me well, shall we just get on with it? Shall we just crack on and start the first round? Do you know what? I think we should. Let me just put my water down there so that it doesn't go everywhere. I don't knock it over. And let's open up the round. So the round should now be open. It should be popping into the live chat. There we go. And it is time. So if you would like a question, go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat. Let me know whether you want a tarot or oracle reading. And then one of those will get picked at random and that will get sent through to me. Just in case you don't know what I've just said, I'm going to whack a little thing on the bottom of the screen and you've got 32 seconds with a lovely little video that explains how you do it. Okay, right then, let's have a look. Marie Rogers, I've got your question in. There we go, my darling. Marie Rogers, you want an oracle reading. Right, if your name is not Marie Rogers, select and copy your question and get ready for the next round. Okay, that is the easiest thing to do. Do that now whilst I'm reading for Marie. Right then, so Marie, your question's coming up in, and you want an oracle. That's fabulous. Your question's coming up then in exactly 17 seconds.
We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God!
Right then, Marie, here we go. Just moved the camera. That's why it took a few seconds to get everything into place. Right then, so this is an intuitive oracle reading. I love this deck. It's the Seasons of the Witch. Now, they've got these for various, for all of the main sort of witchy seasons, if you like. Now, there are 2 different artists they use. This artist is my favorite. The ones in the newer decks I'm not as keen on, but this art style I really, really like. And as always, you all know I love a deck, whether it be tarot or oracle, where it's almost identical which way up. You can just see, obviously, with the shape of the moon there, look, you can just see with the detailing that it kind of gives it away a little bit. But anyway, right, here we go. We cleanse the space as always. And we bring in the lovely Wispy. So good evening, Wispy. Marie Rogers would like to know, will their finances improve soon? Will Marie's finances get better? Will they improve? Oh, we've had a load of cards drop there. That is me, not the deck. That is my rubbish shuffling technique. Say these are a big deck. But this is where you can tell, obviously, the differences between Oracle and Tarot. Tarot is a set system. So every single deck is based on the same 78 card system, 22 majors, 56 minors. Whereas an Oracle deck can have as many as 80 or 90 cards, and I've seen it as few as 20. And it really does just vary. And each Oracle deck is its own system. So here we go. Let's see what the cards are going to suggest for you, my darling. What is on the cards? Are your finances going to improve soon? What was I doing? That one goes on top. So then let's have a look. Oh, the energy coming into where we are now, what you need to know, and the outcome. Okay, so, oh, is that at a funny angle? Is it the camera? It's the camera. There we go. So we've got the transformation card coming in the where you are now. It says here, like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds, there is change arising from deep within. I think your situation is going to shift, right? It is going to shift. Now, the thing about transformation, sometimes, how can I put it? Sometimes as we go through periods of transition, periods of transformation in our life, it can sometimes get worse before it gets better. Okay. As we grow, it causes our body pains. That's what's called growing pains. And as we grow spiritually and emotionally, that happens as well. So any time of transformation, any time of transition, there's always going to be bits of difficulty. So you're going to have those dark clouds that go along with the silver linings. So they kind of, you need both of them in tandem. Now, the thing about this is that I think whatever your situation has been, this card coming up, it's like, how can I put it? It's like, I think the energy up till now has shifted. So I don't know whether your finances took a bad turn recently, but it feels like that pattern, that storm is going to pass you by. It does feel as if that energy is changing for you as we get further into the season. It really does. And it feels like there are some really difficult kind of, right, Wispy, you're giving it to me, so I'm saying it. There's going to be some difficult lessons to learn about financial stability that have come through whatever has happened recently, whatever this storm was, whatever it brought. In a year's time, you're going to look back and go, right, okay, that was shit, but I learned ... not to have a credit card, or I learned, you know, maybe we shouldn't have put that down payment on that fourth home in Malaga, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Why every time? Right, bear with me, I'm struggling with the camera because everything keeps moving. Right, so what you need to know, we've got Wolf. Now this is an interesting card because it says devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit, run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. Right, so it's all a bit airy fairy. But the Wolf card for me is talking about, this is where you need to absolutely go for it. So if there is something you are doing, if there is a job that you are looking for, if there is a promotion you're looking for, absolutely go for it. This is where it's not, this is where you can't be like, oh, Marie Rogers is so friendly and lovely and loving, so friendly. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. No. This is where you need to get fangs and claw, and you need to absolutely go for what you want. And if that is a promotion, or that is more hours or overtime, or a new job, or whatever it is, you need to be ruthless like the Wolf in this, right? Because the Wolf takes no prisoners. And you can see here, devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit, right? What that means is to basically hear that, you hear the howl, and you absolutely, it sparks that drive. It kicks that fire into place in your belly and basically says, no, do you know what, I am going for XYZ, right? That is what you need to do. This is in the what you need to know. So it's time now. It is time for you to basically become the big bad wolf and go and take prisoners and get what you need. The outcome, we've got Witch, which is a fantastic card here because it means that you've got the ability to change, right? And you've got the ability to change this financial situation. So you've got a transformation here that feels it was for the negative. Then we've got this situation which is calling for you to get in touch, tooth and claw, literally go for it ferociously. And then we've got Witch coming up as your outcome. I'll read what it says. It says, grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly, awaken all that is. Right? A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. This is literally saying, again, you've got this is like the magician card in a tarot deck. It's saying you've got this, right? You've got the ability right now. You've got to have faith in yourself. Whatever this financial situation is, absolutely 100% become that wolf, fearless, without thinking about being nice and kind and everything else, and go for that goal, whether that is getting into or getting onto the benefit system in whatever country you're in, because I know that can take a lot of time for some people, whether it is getting, you know, the promotion at work, whether it's getting a new job, more hours, whether it's getting back money that's owed to you, whether it's getting retribution and half of the money in the divorce, whatever it is, absolutely, this is your time to be fearless with it and not how. This is where you need to put yourself number one, basically, right? You need to think like the wolf, and then the Witch is all about you have this ability to change it, right? So you go for your goals, and this is where you can maintain those goals. You can change the situation as we come. So it does feel as if your finances will improve, but you are going to have to put the work in, right? It's not going to come to you unless you absolutely fight for it, tooth and claw. I hope that helps, Marie. It's a fascinating reading. I love how we've got this financial downturn, then this is you kicking ass, and then we've got this upturn coming in here. I hope that helps. I really do. But thank you ever so much for your question, and yeah, thank you for being here, not just tonight, but thank you for being one of our regulars here. So yay. Right, let me have a look in the chat. Oh gosh, hang on. We've got Aniket in. Hello, Aniket. Aniket, that's an interesting name. There we go. Right. So, I'll say hello to Aniket. I'll say hello to, oh my gosh, I have no idea. I have no idea how to say that name. Nida. Thank you, Nida. Hope you're okay. Hello, everyone, says Patricia. Oh, no problem at all, Marie. Absolutely no problem at all. Be the wolf. Be the wolf. Amazing. I love this deck. I don't get to use this deck anywhere near as much as I should. I should use it a lot more. Right. Let's go for another reading. Shall we have another round? Right then, if you would like a free reading, do what Marie just did. Pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. If you want to guarantee that you get a reading next, then please do send it as a super chat. By the way, please do make clear whether you want a tarot reading or an oracle reading. T for tarot, O for oracle, or put the words in to the chat. So go ahead and do that. As I say, if you want to guarantee your place, you can do so by sending a super chat. That can be any amount, and that will guarantee your place. If you want a longer reading, a 6 or 7 card reading, we can go into a lot more detail there. Then do please send it as a $8 above or $8 or above reading donation. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh, right then. Hopefully that helps. I've confused myself, so I am going to press the magic button. And yeah, look, it's very obvious on the video, not what I just said. Yes. Neil, Sanika, question mark. It sounds familiar, but I don't know where from. Let's have a look. What have I got? Nida. Somebody says Nida. Oh gosh. Nida. Oh, it's that one that I can't pronounce. Yes. Hello. Right. Let me just do a wee doodah. There we go. So then, Nida, you like an oracle reading as well. Should I go work abroad or stay here? Okay, my darling, I will have a look at that for you. Your question is going to come up in 15 seconds time. Hold on. Sorry, I was just taking a slug of my coffee. So then let's have a look for you, Nida, my darling. I'm going to have to remember that it's Nida. I'm going to have to remember that that is the pronunciation. Right, put that onto start. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Cleanse the space, and we're going to bring in the ever lovely, always lovely Wispy. Wispy, you're doing really well tonight, my friend. Oh, hang on. There was a card. Let's put that one in the wrong way round. Oopsie. That was me. It was from the previous reading. By the way, and that one. Jesus, what have I done? Look how embossed. Look how shiny this. Isn't that beautiful? I don't have. Oh, did I put them all in upside down? I did. Look at that. How stupid. Because I wasn't paying attention, because I was trying to talk in the chat. This is why I always say I don't look at the chat while I'm doing a reading, because I get so distracted that I put cards in upside down. Right then, Wispy, Nida would like to know, should they go and work abroad or stay where they are? Do we work abroad or do we stay where they are? Let's have a look. Again, this might only be a 1 card. We'll see, Wispy. We'll see what you pull on a 1 card. I've got the strongest fit. Come on then, do the drop. There we go. Cards weren't certain on your drop. Let's have a look. See what we have with a 1 card. Right, Mischief. So we're going to do a 3. Oh. Right, all 3 are reversed. Let's look at that. So where you are right now, Mischief, keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. So yeah, this is telling me that there is something that isn't quite as it should be where you are, like with the decision, right? It feels like there's a reason you're wanting to go abroad and work, and maybe there is something kind of pushing you in that direction. Maybe it's a case of something isn't quite right or doesn't feel quite right where you are right now, and it's kind of making you kind of look elsewhere. Does that make sense? Rather than it being like, oh, I'm going to take a gap year, I'm going to go and work and study and experience new cultures and have this wonderful. It's not that. It feels far more like you're moving away from something rather than moving towards something. Does that make sense? It feels like that decision is more about you getting away from something crap at the moment rather than looking forward to something positive. We've got Bat reversed in the what you need to know, and it says here, invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Again, linking back to this one, again, it feels like there is something that you are concerned about. Something is here. We've got both of these cards talking in a very similar language about there being sort of, I'm not saying like, ooh, there's a creepy, spooky thing coming. It's like there is something somewhere making you want to escape, right? And sometimes when we need to escape, anywhere feels better than where we are. Okay, if you are in a situation where you're being pushed, then you need to look at A, who is pushing you, but also B, who is thank you, Neil, who is like what the situation. Wispy, give it to me again. Right. You need to be aware of where you're jumping to, right? Imagine, off on a tangent, but go with me. Imagine that you are, you know, a young person walking alone down a dark street, right? And you see a gang of youths, all in hoodies, all looking, you know, a bit leery. You might think to yourself, oh, I don't want to deal with them, so I'm going to hop over this fence, right? Or hop over this wall, so I don't have to deal with them. The thing is, you don't know what's the other side of the wall. So although you might want to escape this group of youths, even though they're actually not doing anything to harm you, your perceived threat has made you jump over that wall, but you've not looked. So it's like you're jumping from the fire from the frying pan into the fire, but the frying pan wasn't even on. So be aware, because it almost feels like, Wispy, thank you. It seems to me like there is something happening, some reason that you want to move abroad, other than experience new cultures and blah, blah, blah. And it's almost like there is a fear or anxiety of staying at home that is building up momentum, right? So it feels like that is building up momentum. The outcome, again, it's reversed, but we've got the veil. Now this says it's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell. A half swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. Does that make any sense to anyone? Not really, but it does. It does, because what it's saying is that you yourself are veiled. You yourself are not seeing the full truth. A bit like, hang on, look, if I very quickly swap the camera, a bit like up here, this figure that I call truth, because it's always veiled, because we can never know the truth. The truth is always there. In this case, it's a skull, but it's a skull that is veiled. That veil means that my perception of the truth and your perception of the truth are different. In this card, where it's saying the veil, to me, this is really saying that, like, you don't have all the information. You're not seeing clearly as to what the situation is. And this, especially because all these three are reversed. So again, I think there is something that you need to look at. What is the reason that you're wanting to move abroad? What is the reason that you're not wanting to stay? And have a look at that. Is it because there is somebody somewhere making your life really difficult where you are? In which case, maybe you stay and you give them the finger. Or maybe the situation that you're in is so uncomfortable, or feels so, you're so anxious about staying, that actually going abroad would be a good thing. But my concern, my darling, is that there isn't enough. I don't think you've got all the facts. All these cards are reversed. The veil card is reversed. This is like, you do not have all the information at hand, right? So even if you go abroad, it's like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to work? How are you going to get the visas? It's like, I'll swap the camera and I'll briefly tangent time again, right? A friend of mine, not a friend, but somebody I used to know, wanted to move to New York from the UK. And she's a slightly older trans woman, right? And so she's not terribly young, but she's not had even hormone treatment or anything, which is fine. You don't have to. But her idea was to move to New York and pay to go private for all her surgeries and all her hormones. And the way she was going to pay for all of that, plus her standard of living, her rent and everything, was to be a dog walker. We pointed out that there are not enough dogs in the whole of New York for that to be financially viable. But she had it in her head that that was what she was going to do. Now, this feels sort of, again, a little bit similar. It feels like you're acting on half information, and that veil is really important because you don't have all the facts, my darling. And it's almost like you're thinking, oh, I'll just go and work in the UK. Well, that's great. There's visas, there's not a lot of jobs, and the jobs that I hear are not very well paying. And, you know, although we do have the NHS is struggling, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? So I would think very carefully, my darling. Most importantly, right, I know it's not answering the question because I don't think you have all the facts. What the cards are saying is that you need to get all of the facts, do more research, get everything pinned down, and then look at the situation then. At the moment, it's like a pipe dream. And the reason the cards aren't giving you clarity is because you don't have that clarity yourself. You haven't looked into, if I'm, you know, move to the UK, okay, I could live in London. Well, London's the most almost as expensive as New York to live. So if we're not going to live in London, then where do you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of things to consider. Anyway, my darling, I wish you nothing but the very best. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a definitive answer, but that is going to be your reading for today. Right, let me have a wee look in the chat. Hang on, orange. You feel like a truth is hidden. That's the veil. That's the veil. The truth is amazing. Truth is absolutely amazing, right? The truth will set you free. Authenticity will set you free. But just like this lovely figure here, it is always veiled, because the truth is something that changes, right? It sounds ridiculous, but what is true can change depending on perception, depending on new facts, new information. It's like what we think is true now, in 20 years' time, when we have scientific changes, currently we do not know of the fifth dimension. We can't interact with it. However, maybe in 20 years' time, we'll be popping into the fifth dimension and we'll have housing complexes and everything, and it will be as common as getting on the bus today. Nobody knows. But yeah, truth is something that often is often veiled. Let me have a look. Huge anxiety that you're staying here. Maybe you need to have a look, my darling. Maybe you need to have a look at what is causing it. From all the readings you had in the past few months, this is the most accurate. Well, thank you, my darling. I do try. 29 years. 29 years. I know, right? 29 years, man and girl. No, that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. It's like not even living anywhere, but on a cruise ship. Oh my God, then you really need to look into it, because cruise ship staff get paid very, 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 very little, and their cabins are tiny, and they work a ridiculous number of hours, particularly these smaller cruises. The large cruise ships or the large cruise companies, even then, they work their staff to the bone. They are notorious. My cousin used to work as entertainment on cruise ships. If you're not in the entertainment and you're serving staff or whatever else, my God, you will work and you will get very little time off. So yeah, do look into it, my darling. I hope that helps. What's this question? Sheikah's asked a question that I might not be able to answer. Where's Sheikah's question? Let me have a look. I can't answer that. I can't answer that, my darling. If I knew about lottery wins, if I knew about things like that, I would be playing the lottery myself. I absolutely would. At Slimming World today, I bought some raffle tickets and I didn't even win the raffle. And that was just some soup. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. It was like the ingredients to make butternut and carrot soup and coriander. It was amazing. But I didn't even win that. Do you know what I mean? If I could predict lottery wins, I was going to say I wouldn't be here, but I probably still would. I would just have a much fancier backdrop. I would have all those magic books that I keep looking at on various sites that are like bonkersly old. I know I've got 29 years. No, Holland. No. That's not. Thank you very much, but that's not strictly true. 29 years experience, which is weird because our Lisa was only 21. I'm not. I am older than 29. I know, right? I'll be turning 40 very soon. So I did start when I was very young. So yeah, I'll be turning 40 soon. So I don't mind admitting here right now, I do not mind admitting that I am 39. I'm perfectly fine admitting to being 39. I wouldn't wear a Rolex. No, I don't like Rolexes. I think they are horrible. I would be wearing, what would I be wearing? What watch would I like? I think just a modern Samsung Gear, like the one I've got, just a couple up, if that makes sense. I would, however, be wearing some ridiculously expensive Halloween earrings, like dripping in gold and bling and diamonds and all of that. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. Would I though? Yeah, no, I would. Absolutely, I would. Here's me go. Would I? Yes, I would. And a bigger collection of tarot cards. Do you know what? I'm actually all right with tarot cards. I need to speak quietly about this because I don't think Rufus knows. I've just got 2 more books as well as the Wiktionary book. I got the one that you recommended, the plant one, Patricia, and also I got another brand new book that's just come out called Witch in Darkness, and then I might have accidentally ordered 4 more as well. Yeah, oopsie. That's what I would have. Is I would have this room would be all done out and look lovely because I'd pay someone to do it. But I would have a lot more older books and just sit around reading all day. And I'll pay for a chef and I'd have bypass surgery so I'm thin. That's what I would do. I know. I couldn't even help myself. Do you know what it's like? It was a considered purchase. I was looking at new books because I was trying to do some recommendations for new witches, right? For new books. I was trying to put on the website that I'm working on, Witches Road. It's coming this Thursday. I was trying to put a selection of books that I would recommend. And I was like, they're all 25 years old. Maybe I need to look at some new books. Maybe I need to look at what's been written in the last decade. So that's what I did. Anyway, enough. Now we've had a little break. Let's have another round, shall we? Don't forget, if you would like to join our membership, you absolutely can do. All you need to do is look for where it says join. I've put the link down in the description box as well. But absolutely, you can join our membership from just $2.99 a month. It gets you access to videos early. It gets you a weekly hangout, not a monthly, but a weekly hangout every Sunday at 6 p.m. with us. And people can ask for free readings there, and we do longer readings. Members get all sorts of perks like that. They get all the emojis that we've created for the doodah, the emojis for the members. So there's all sorts of bits and pieces that we do. And also I will sometimes go live and unbox things, and there's bits and pieces that we chat to the members about. Hello, Ed. So yeah, there's all sorts of bits and pieces. So if you would like to know more about the membership, stay tuned. I'm opening the next round now. So the round is open. Go ahead and pop your questions in. And somebody will be picked straight after this. Okay, I'm being told Mariana. So let me have a look for Mariana. Mariana, there we go, my darling. Aha, you want a tarot, my darling? Absolutely no problem. Shall we go with this deck? I'm feeling, yeah, we're going to go with this deck. I'm feeling the it's not a new deck. It's just I very, very rarely use it because, let me turn that banner off, because I can't remember the name of it. So it's well, I'll show you it. It's this one here. It's got a really interesting name and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. But we're going to use this. It's a lovely deck. It's just a little, especially for this season, it's just a little bit, what is it called? What is it called? I can't remember. Anyway, Mariana Ivanisevic, your reading is up. So let's have a look. Cleanse the space as always. We hit the lovely Wispy button and Wispy's music plays. If you don't know who Wispy is, I'll put the link to the podcast episode down in the chat section now. So do go and check that out. It's also in the description box, as are links to the moderators, to my Instagram, because I'm on Instagram as well. So as are links to everything are all down there. So if you're looking for any of that, do check all of that out down in the description box. So then let's have a look. Wispy, Mariana Ivanisevic would like to know, will the money that is owed to me come this month? So then let's have a look. Is the money that is owed to Mariana, is that going to be returned this month? There we go. One more. There we go. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what the cards are suggesting, my darling. Do you drop? Oh, nearly dropped all over the desk. Right then. So where you are right now. Oh gosh, hang on. There's two cards together. There we go. Where you are right now. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Now that's interesting for this question, and I'll explain why. What you need to know and the outcome. Oh, interesting. Right. So where you are at the moment, we've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. Luckily, look, it says it up there, but it also says it in multiple languages. I do like that. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, if it was this way up, that's talking about there being a brand new project, brand new situation, new start, new within the Pentacles suit. And Pentacles is the suit of career, work, and finance. It's also the suit of growth and earth energy. However, this is reversed. So I think there is an issue here, because it kind of feels like whether it's money that you've loaned or whether it's money that you're owed because of work or even like compo, whatever it is, this is suggesting that this is suggesting that you're going to have a bit of an issue getting it because of this reversal, right? It's basically saying there is something here that you need to be really, really aware of, right? It's almost like you are getting ghosted by whoever owes you the money. And the reason I'm saying that very specifically, it feels like you're getting ghosted, is because in the what you need to know, we've got the Hermit. Now, although we haven't got the Lantern here, this Hermit, you can see these feathers and the writing in the books. In this case, it almost looks like the Hermit is writing in a ledger, which is great because it kind of backs up this financial thing. But the Hermit normally looks a little bit more, where's the Hermit gone? There we go. No, that one. No, that one. There we go. The Hermit normally looks a bit more like this, like a wise old wizard with a lantern. In this case, we haven't got that lantern, but this is still saying that the Hermit energy is here. Now, what is the Hermit? The Hermit basically goes and lives in a cave, or goes and lives out away from people in order to get knowledge, right? In order to get wisdom. That is the traditional and the standard meaning with the Hermit. But in this instance, because it's coming up after the ace, it's almost like somebody thinks that they are able to ignore you, to not answer questions, to not answer the phone, and that they're going to get away with it, right? So whoever owes you the money, whether it's an organization or whether it's a person, they are ghosting you, and they are absolutely 100% basically going, la 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 la, got my fingers in my ears, I can't hear you, can't hear you. I think, right, you are going to need to be proactive on this, and you are going to need to contact them. 100%. You are going to need to basically listen. This is one of those situations where the squeaky wheel, gets the oil, right? If you've got a car and one of your wheels is going, you oil it. If you've got if you've got a door, you got all your doors in your house are fine, but one every time you open it, you oil it. I wouldn't, because I love creaky old doors, but you oil that door. You don't oil the ones that don't need it. This is what this is saying, right? You're going to need to go and oil that door. You're going to go and need to, not oil the door. You're going to go and need to make as much noise, as much fuss as you can, because this person is hiding. The hermit is hiding in this instance. And if you do, I think it could come okay for you, because we've got the 10 of Pentacles coming in the opportunity position, the future, the possible future, right? This is where, so Pentacles again, money, work, career, finances. The 10 is overflowing. So the 9 is full, the 10 is overflowing. So this feels like this is you getting that money back. So it does feel as if it's going to come back to you, but you're going to have to do more than just knock on doors and make a phone call. You are going to absolutely need to pick up, basically, because this person is going to ghost you for as long as they can. If it's an organization, right, and they owe you money, say if it's for work and they owe you, well, they're earning interest while that money stays in their bank account. If it's a company, say, I don't know, if you had an accident and it's an insurance payout, they are making interest while it sits on their bank account. It is in their interest not to pay out. Whoever this person is, whether it's £50 or whether it is £5 million, whatever it is in that person's interest to ghost you. You are going to have to chase and chase and chase. I hope that helps, my darling. If you chase and chase and chase, it will come back. This 10 is upright. This 10 is positive. This is the reversal. This is where they're trying to, this is where you lent them, and now they're trying to go, ha, 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 what money? What money? What accident? What hour? I didn't even, the restaurant wasn't even open on that day. Oh, you couldn't have worked a 7-hour shift because we weren't even open. I wasn't, the planet wasn't even a planet then. Do you know what I mean? They're going to lie. Crack on with them. Make sure you get into contact, keep all receipts, and it should come back to you. Fingers crossed. Hope that helps, Mariana. I really, really do, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question. And yeah, absolutely hope that you get that resolved. But you are going to need to be proactive, even to the point of contacting, if it's a large sum of money, it might even be worth contacting like the small claims court, or one those bailiff people that would go around and just go, excuse me, Mariana's money or this baseball bat, your choice. Do you know what I mean? Might be worth that. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question. True, your ex, he's a big liar. Yeah, you are going to have to. Absolutely. You are going to have to, like, I don't know if you've got older brothers. Like, hello, I'm a brother. I don't know whether you've got anyone that can go around and politely say, hello, can Mariana have her money, please? Otherwise, broken legs can be very painful. Not that I recommend anybody do that. Do not do that. Do not threaten violence. It's awful. That would be an awful thing. Unless they are registered debt collectors, then that's fine. Then if people fall downstairs, that's their fault. Not that I'm suggesting. Don't do that. Don't do that. That would be wicked and awful. And I would be wicked for recommending anybody do that. Don't do that. That is awful. No, definitely don't send the boys round. Don't do that. No, debt collectors all the way. But yeah, hope that helps, my darling. But it does feel as if you will get it back, but you are going to have to you're going to have to make a bit of a fuss. Right then, let's have a look. SK, you've been here before, my darling. You know how to get a reading, but just in case you are brand spanking new, be careful with the word spanking. I know, right? I'm putting it on the bottom of the screen now. Sorry, I've just got distracted by Holland's book. Painting Cats, Holland. Is that a book about cats who paint? They are the painting cats. They dip their paws in and they make artwork. The painting cats. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Right then, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Right then, so let's have another round open. Shall we have another round? I tell you what, before we do, talking about Holland, Holland is incredibly creative, as some of you will know, right? Holland paints and draws and does all sorts. Oh, let me just, oh gosh, hang on, I'm here, I'm stretching. Holland made this, right? This is a picture of a thin version of me after I've been at Slimming World for a bit more, couple more years. This is me as a superhero. I am the pronoun protector because my nibbling, and their friends, my sister's eldest and their friends all went to Pride, and basically people were getting some of the kids' pronouns wrong because they were like a bunch of like 18, 20-year-olds. And I had to step in and go, oi, not a she. This person uses they, them. So, and so I was the pronoun protector. So Holland is incredibly artistic, and they've got until Christmas, they've got a Etsy shop running, right? And the Etsy shop makes all sorts of witchy goodness. So if you are looking for a gift for a witchy or a culty, be careful how you say that, or somebody that's into this sort of thing, if you're looking for a gift for Christmas or for Samhain or for a birthday, do please have a look at this. Blue Chalice is a small business making crafty creations for the witchy community. From jewellery to wall hangings, witch bells to altar tiles. Why not have a look at bluechalice.etsy.com. So yeah, do please check out bluechalice.etsy.com. There's all sorts on there, but the shop isn't going to be around for very long because Holland has a brand new job and is incredibly busy for doing other things now. So get in there while you can is what I would say. So yeah, do check that out. Right then, let's have another round. Let's press the button. No, not that button. No, not that button. Oh, my thing's broken. Hang on. Oh, there we go. This button. No, this button. That was harder work than it should have been, wasn't it? So then we are opening up a round again. It is that time. Let's have a free round. So if you would like a tarot reading, this is when you pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will get chosen at random by the keeper of the questions. Okay. If, however, you want to guarantee your spot and get the next reading, you can do that by sending a super chat. Any amount guarantees you the next place. And if you donate more than $8, it will guarantee you a longer reading. Don't forget, a percentage of all the money that I make from super chats and the memberships goes directly to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals here in the UK. They are a fabulous, amazing charity that help out people on lower incomes and their pets. So if their pets are struggling or need operations or surgeries or medicines or anything like that, the PDSA absolutely are a godsend to many, many people. So that is where 20% of all monies that I make after YouTube takes its 30%, that is where that goes. So if you are wanting to donate, that's where a big chunk of it ends up. But in case you don't, you can always just send it now in and take your chance in the free round. Okay, Neil. Right, so I've got Melissa. Melissa, you are... Hang on. I'm on the wrong screen. Melissa... Oh, there we go. Melissa Chavez. Melissa, you would like a tarot question as well. Fantastic, Melissa. Right then, if you are not Melissa... hang on, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. What am I doing? That one. If you are not Melissa, and your question wasn't picked, then do please select and copy your question and get ready to post it on the next round. Okay, right. Let me stick myself in the starred button area, and Melissa, your reading will come up. Oh, on the wrong screen again, Melissa. If you can see how complicated it is here. Honestly, like doing all of this live, swatching between screens and things, my poor brain sometimes struggles. But anyway, Melissa, your reading is coming up straight after this.
We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God!
Oh, I'm glad you couldn't see that. I just spilt water down me. So yeah, I'm now on water. I've had a coffee and I'm now on some water. I know, right? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her? My God, that's an old Big Brother quote. Wow, show my age. Anyway, right, let's cleanse your space, Melissa. So if you don't know why I use a bell to cleanse, it's because the vibrations cleanse the energy. Bells have been used for, well, decades, centuries, or thousands of years for cleansing purposes in witchcraft and rituals and, you know, ceremonies and things like that. So that is why it's used. Right then. So, Wispy, my darling. And I've got a wing chime because Wispy is the air dragon, air elemental dragon. So Wispy, Melissa Chaves or Melissa Chavez or Melissa, yeah, Chaves would like to know a general work for tomorrow, general reading for tomorrow at work. So how is tomorrow going to go? So it feels then, by the nature of the question, that there is something happening tomorrow, Melissa. So let's have a look for you, my darling. Let's see what the cards say. Going again and again. Wow, there's a proper waterfall drop. Cards weren't sure. They weren't sure. Right. Let's see what Wispy says. So then, where we are. Ooh, we've got the Queen of Swords. What you need to know, we've got the Nine of Swords reversed. Gosh. And the outcome, the 10 of Wands. Right, my darling. So, first things first, you've got multiple swords. Swords are your trouble and strife. They are the hurdles, the challenges, the obstacles. So we've got the Queen of Swords coming in. This tells me that in a work setting, this could be your boss. Queens are high up in the tarot hierarchy. The only one above a queen in the standard decks is going to be the king. I know, right? Patriarchy. But anyway, the Queen of Swords is quite aloof. She's quite cold. Queens in the deck is normally referred to as nurturing. They're normally the more giving and caring and warmer characters in the deck. The Queen of Swords is a very cold-hearted queen. Okay, so this comes in. You've got hurdles with the swords, and you've got this cold-heartedness coming in her character. So if there is a meeting with the boss, if there is anything like that happening, the boss is going to be quite chilly towards you. This is what this is saying. Okay, not as bad as it could be. It could be reversed, would be worse, but do take that on board, that you're going to have an issue with whoever she is, and it will be a female, because it just always is with the Queen of Swords. Could be somebody who identifies as non-binary, but generally speaking is somebody who is I'm a boss bitch. No, you're just a bitch. In the what you need to know, we've got the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is a nightmare card. It is literally the card. You can see we've got the moon. And I know that these cards are very stylized, but we've got the moon up, so it is nighttime. All of these swords are there, and this is like their bedspread. And this person cannot get to sleep, and they are crying. And the Nine of Swords is all about that nightmare situation. It's about that, sleepless nights, really struggling with issues, really struggling to deal with something. And this is reversed. So, and because this is in the what you need to know, it's like I think it's going to be difficult at work. I think it's going to be difficult. I don't know what is happening in terms of this meeting, but it does genuinely feel as if there's going to be some difficulties tomorrow. The outcome, though, the potential, we've got the 10 of Wands. Now, this is particularly interesting because this does not look like a happy situation to be in. Wands is all about confidence, self-esteem, and how you see yourself and all of these things. Now, you can see we've got a castle all the way up here, and we've got this hill. It's like, for me, the 9 is full and the 10 overflow. So this is really talking about there being an arrogance that comes off from this. Now, it could be that whatever happens, whatever's happening tomorrow, it could be that you come out of it okay, and that's where this comes in. Like, be warned, basically, that if things go your way and they aren't as bad as you think, be warned that you don't feel like you've been let off with something, or you've got away with something. Equally, if you are the one that is the boss, like, be careful of coming across as arrogant and coming across as too cocky for your own good, basically. But it really does feel as if there is going to be a lot of issues and a lot of negativity to start with tomorrow. I hope that helps, my darling. I don't know whether it does. Forewarned is forearmed, Melissa. So hopefully that makes some sense. Whatever is happening, whoever this is, they are not going to be easy to deal with, right? This situation is not going to be easy to resolve. And the only thing I can say with this nightmare card, with this 9 of Swords, this reversal could indicate that it is, there's an unfairness here. So it could indicate that you get, how can I put it? Say if you're accused of doing something you haven't done, right? And you've been up all night fretting about it, and you've been worrying about it, and then you're able to prove to the boss that you didn't do the thing you've been accused of. In that case, that could be where this reversal comes in which case the Wands does show, it would show an upswing. It would show that confidence in you being kind of validated and recognized as being innocent, right? again, don't know what it is, but if that situation is on the cards where you're being blamed for something you've not done, in that case, and in that narrow kind of field, it feels like you might be vindicated. Hope that helps, my darling, but thank you ever so much for your question. Right, let's have a wee look. Patricia, do you recognize this deck at all? I know I keep asking. I keep forgetting what it's called, and I do it every time I use it. I'm like, oh, it's the blum 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 deck, and then I forget. I know, right? Oh, okay, thank you, Ed. You got a lot of adverts on the way home. Wow, that shouldn't be happening. Ed's on the live. Oh, Mandy's on the live as well. Good evening to Mandy. Hello, Ed. Ed says hello properly. Better to know. Yeah, wish you nothing but the very best, Melissa. I hope it helps. Have we all remembered to hit the thumbs up button? Listen, wherever you are in the world, can you tell me how many thumbs up we've got? Because it varies. And what I've noticed is that I can't see from the screaming from the streaming service, my end, I can't see what the numbers are. So can you let me know what the numbers are for the likes, please? And while you're there, go ahead and click the likes. That's what I would try and say. You think maybe the Archeon? I don't think it is, because I have that one here. That's that one. That's what you're thinking, isn't it? It's not that one. That's this. That's a very different energy. Again, I might have to read with these at some point. What I will do is I will do a Google image search. That's what I will do. It's showing at 11. Can we get it? Can we get it higher than 11? Can we get it to 15? Probably not. But if you haven't hit that like button yet, go on, do the likey thing. Have a likey spiky. Don't forget, though, also make sure you're subscribed and make sure your bell is changed to all. That's so important. YouTube keeps unsubscribing people. It's so helpful for small channels, but they keep unsubscribing people and unbelling them. So if you want to be informed, do Moon Garden, possibly. It is the Undertaker Bell SK. Yep. It's the gong. You need to hit that bell and change your settings to all. Right then, shall we have another round? I think we need another round. I think we absolutely need to get another round under our belts. So then, let me entertain you. No, gosh. Let's have another round. If you want to know how you get a reading, the details are on the bottom of the screen right now. They're also in the live chat right now. So go ahead. The next round is open. So if you would like a free reading, go ahead and pop your questions, starting with the word question, into that there chat. If you are looking for a guarantee to get your reading, then do send it through as a super chat. And if you want a longer reading, say if you want to know in some detail what's going to be happening, what the nuances are, all of that, if you've got a burning question, send it through as an $8 or above donation, and that will get you a longer reading, a 6 or 7 card reading. Either way, do one of those things if you're wanting a question. And here is a handy dandy recap. It's not Moon Garden. It's not Moon Garden, Patricia. Let me have a look then in that their chat. SK, my darling, yours is the only one that popped in, so you get the reading for this round, my darling. So let's have a look. Let's put me my keyboard down there. So then, what are Hector Fanua? What are Hector Fanua's feelings towards you? You're Shrey, in contact but less talk. You don't know. She's become distant. Okay, my darling, let's have a look. We'll have a look for you and see what the cards say. And your reading is coming up in exactly 17 seconds.
We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God!
Okay. Oh gosh, that really didn't go to plan, did it? There we go. Right then. So we ring the bell for SK and bring in the ever lovely, always on point, Wispy. Wispy, my darling. Wispy, 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 Wispy. SK would like to know, what are Hector Fanua, who is a Scorpio, what are her feelings towards SK? SK is called Shrey. They're in contact, but there's been less talk, and you don't know. SK doesn't know why they've become distant. But what are Hector's feelings towards SK, towards Shrey? Let's have a look then. There we go. Right, here we go. And ooh, I knew it was going to go there, but is it going to go further? Yep, there we go. Right. I must say, I am loving using all these different decks again. Sometimes I'll get into the habit of using one deck over and over, and you'll see I get stuck on it for months. And then I go, oh, let's just change it up. And at the moment, I'm in a let's just change it up kind of mood. So then, where we are right now, we've got the sun, which is interesting if she's going no contact. Right, let me show you. So the sun is, oh excuse me, is the sun, right? So you can see it's always about that lovely warm energy. Even in this deck, you can see the sun here is glowing, and we've got these people, and we've got the flowers and a horse. So in a standard depiction of the sun, you see the sun in the background, you see sunflowers, not daisies, but you see the flowers, and then you see a child riding a horse. Now, we don't have the child riding the horse, but we do have children faces within the sun. Now, the sun as a card is all about growth. It's all about lovely, warm energy, growing, moving forward, and having a lot of positivity, a lot of vibrant energy, really positive energy, right? So the fact that this is coming up when she's become distant, I think this is almost saying that this is where you were rather than where you are. I think it's like, hang on, Wispy. Right, so there could be an issue around children. So maybe you don't want children, or she doesn't want children and you do. There could be an issue around children because the sun also represents like new children, like having kids and growth in that sort of way. So it could, question mark, be related to that actually you were, you know, you were doing okay. There was lots of warmth and vitality in the connection, in the relationship, but then it's gone a little bit chilly because of the talk of children, maybe. Either way, it's a really interesting card for it to come up in this position. It almost feels like that connection is still there. It's just, it's like the sun is still there, but right now it's nighttime. You know what I mean? Like the sun doesn't change, we change. So it could well be that there is still a very strong connection there, but for whatever reason, it's shifted. We'll have a look at it. So in what you need to know, we've got the 10 of Cups reversed. Now, the 10 of Cups, Cups is your emotional suit. As I always say, 9 is full, 10 is overflowing. So if it was this way up, it's talking about, oh my gosh, these two people are lying on the ground looking up at a rainbow, at the clouds. Isn't this really lovely? When it's reversed, however, as yours is, and we can see it's reversed because the number's at the bottom. I know it's a very hard card. If there wasn't the writing on it, it'll be very difficult to see which way round it is. But this is absolutely reversed. Now, the reversal of the 10 of Cups is basically saying that emotional connection, that happy ever after, isn't going to be there. So I do think that this represents where Hector was, and this is more like something has shifted recently. And I do think that maybe the dream of a happy ever after, long-term planning, maybe that has shifted. Again, I keep coming back to this idea of children with the sun card. So it could be that something has happened, and instead of it being we're making long-term plans, that has now shifted. And because that has shifted, that's why Hector's going a bit distant. Let's have a look at the opportunity card. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. So you can see we've got, in this case, we've got Catwoman. But the 9 of Pentacles, again, 9 is full. Pentacles is work, career, finances. So it could be as simple that Hector is working flat out at the moment, that she's really busy with work and with putting that as the main focus. It's also, however, because it's connected to earth energy, it's also got this element of growth, right? So it could be that the card suggesting that the two of you will grow moving forward. I think that something has happened. I think there's been a conversation or something where this idea of kids in the longer term has come up, and that's shifted the relationship around. Let me have a look in the comment section. I don't know. I don't know if that helps. Let me just have a wee shift over the camera. Let me have a look just to see. No problem at all. You went to a concert and became touchy. Then from that day we had awkwardness. Right. Okay. You've got a crush on her. She doesn't feel the same. She doesn't feel the same, my darling. That's literally what it is. She doesn't feel the same. She will be working a lot, but she doesn't feel the same. She doesn't feel that. She doesn't have that same feeling towards you as you've got for her. It's like she might have it on a lower level, so she might be interested, but it isn't a crush. It isn't like she's interested in with a small I rather than a capital I. It's like she's not put off by you, but also I don't know, I had a bit of thing in my mouth then. Hopefully that's not been there all night. She's not put off by you, but equally maybe there was a conversation about the future, and that made her realize. But yeah, it doesn't feel, this does not feel as if she's got that same interest in you, especially with that reverse 10. It almost feels like she went on the date and then didn't really feel a lot. And so what is it they say? She's just not that into you. So yeah, hopefully that helps. But so maybe you're confused, but you're reciprocating. I think it's not the right time to date, but we never had one for future. I don't think you will date. I think basically, listen, this is probably the one and done. my friend. This is probably the one and done. You know, sometimes you go on a date with someone and it just doesn't work. I think that's probably what this is. Like, you are probably more into her than she's into you, and it's just one of those things. That connection just wasn't there, and it's like it was for you. That growth energy was there for you, but for her, I think it's work, and I think she's, you know, she's more focused on that than she is dating anyone, probably. Now listen, I could say right now, I could blow smoke up your ass and I could say to you, she's just not dating anybody right now. But I think if the right person came along and she had a connection with, she would date someone. Okay, so if you see her, if you work together or something and you see her in the office and she's gone out on a date the night before, or she's seeing someone, great, because she's made that connection with someone. It's just that she didn't have that connection with you. No offense to you. Sometimes we just don't have that immediate response with people. And so in that case, that's where she is, I think. And that's why that 10 of Cups is so vehemently reversed in that position. She's just not that into you. I hope that helps, my darling, but thank you ever so much for your question. Yay, Ed, that's amazing. Well done, Ed. I'm not going to put that on the stream, but well done. Yay. Hang on, I need to give applause for Ed. Yay, well done, Ed. That's amazing. Amazing. Well done. Right then, so what time is it? 24 minutes past 8. But you can see we are in full-on spooky season. I keep sinking in my chair, don't I? I need to pull my chair back up. I'll do that. But before I do, listen, it is spooky season. It is Halloween. It is the time of the veil thinning, and I will do a little video about that. But it's also the time that all the horror movies are coming on the telly, right? All the horror movies are in. You look at Disney Plus, you look at Amazon Prime. I would imagine the same is true on Netflix. We don't have Netflix yet, but I will do when Stranger Things comes out. But you look at any of them and you will see all of the classic horror films are available to stream, and some new ones again, right? All of that is now back on our telly boxes. So if you are into horror films, if you are into all of those so bad they're good horror, then I've got something for you.
Legend has it that it was written by the Dark Ones.
It is coming. Necronomicon. Strange tales of the supernatural and the unearthly, when the fabled Necronomicon unleashes his ancient secrets.
The secrets of the Necronomicon do not come cheap.
Necronomicon.
What's in the basket? Easter eggs?
Yes, what's in the basket? Easter eggs? No! My incredibly strangely created twin brother. What else would be in the basket? Sorry, spoilers from a 1983, 87, whatever it was, film, if you haven't seen the film Basket Case. But yeah, absolutely check out the Necronomicon zine. If you like your horror zines, it's amazing. Down in the comment section, Necro Neil, who was on earlier as one of our moderators, he is my brother from another mother. He creates Necronomicon. I love it. So do check that out. Right then, Aisha, good evening to you. I'm about to open a free round, my darling. So if you would like a reading, if you don't know by now, if you are new here, oh, hang on, press the wrong button. If you are new here, welcome. To request a reading on this channel, send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of £6 or over, or $8 or over, will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. And multiple super chats come in. I read them in turn. Basically, this is your chance to get a free reading if you want to, by putting your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or sending your question through as a super chat. Now, We have about half an hour left, so we're running low on spaces. So if you want a reading, your best way to guarantee it is to send it as a super chat. But if you want to put your name in the hat, go ahead, do that right now. The round is now officially open. So go ahead and put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat. Do one of those things now, and I'll be reading for you in about 32 seconds. Yes, indeed. Right. Bear with. I'm just trying to find the right emoji to send to someone. Hang on. It's really important that I get the right one. Hang on. I'm looking. I'm scrolling as fast as I can. No, it's not there. Oh, blaming Nora. I know, right? Don't mind me, everyone. You just chat among yourselves in the chat while I do that. There we go. Time will tick on. Tick tock. Right. So then let's have a look in the chat. Morning. Hello, my darling. Morning. Your question is up. So then let's have a look in the banner. Take the banner off. And I am going to star your question, and let me change the doodah. I'm going to change the camera, and let's see if I can do it in 7 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, just about. Hang on. There we go, everybody. Take a slurp of water. I know, right? Water. Who is she? Big brother? Right. So we are going to ring your bell. There we go, to give it a little extra flourish at the end. So with me, Morning would like to know, will they receive a job offer tomorrow? So we have, I sound like a Skeksis then, didn't I? From the Dark Crystal. I have to remember which one it was, not Labyrinth, it's the other one. So will Morning receive a job offer tomorrow? Will they get a job offer tomorrow? Wispy, how would you feel about doing a yes no? We'll do a yes no. Okay? We'll do a yes no. So it's going to be one card, a single card, right? And then if need to, I'll follow up with a 3 card for you. But let's just have a look. Will Morning receive a job offer tomorrow? Let's see what the cards would suggest. That's the drop. Right then. Here we go. Single card. Ace. Oh. So Ace of Pentacles, new start, new project, work, career, finances, but it's reversed. So the fact that we've got the Ace says that we're talking. So the fact that we've got the Ace suggests that it is, you know, that we are 100% on the right track, if that makes sense. Like the cards know. The fact that it's reversed suggests not tomorrow. I'm going to pull you the three cards and see what's happening. So Wispy, with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm going to shift that to a clarifying position almost. I'm going to use the same card. So if you need to make changes, do it while they're face down, because you know that's the thing. 3 cards, Wispy. and let's look into the work situation, okay? Because this suggests this is difficult morning, because it could be you're not going to get a job offer tomorrow. It could be that it's coming on Thursday or Friday, or it could be that you're not going to get a job offer at all. We don't know with that, the way the question is. So let's have a look. So we go with Wispy, where we are as of now, not as of tomorrow, but where we are as of now. What is the work situation? We've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles is normally about community, helping people out, helping others. In this case, we've got circus performers that are potentially with donations or something. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to represent, but it's definitely about supporting. However, we've got this reverse. So I think that you are currently needing some sort of financial support at the moment. I think things are really tough. Yeah, I think things are tough financially for you. So let's see what you need to know. We've got the Two of Chalices. Now that's interesting. The Two of Cups. Why am I calling it interesting? Because this is normally the card of partnerships and relationships and things of that nature. It would be a card of, you know, having two people come together for kissy, rather than two people coming together for financial purposes and helping each other out. But it does suggest that there is some sort of partnership. So maybe if you are, you know, if your other half is helping pay the bills right now, or there is somebody else in your life that is helping and supporting you, then that's obviously a really good and a lovely thing to have. If there isn't, then this is maybe suggesting, if there is another person in your life, if you do have a partner, or if there's somebody around you, a close friend, maybe ask them, not for money, but ask them, you know, are there jobs going at your place? Is this happening, you know, where you are? Could I put a CV in there? It's always an option. And then the opportunity card, we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is about your confidence, how you see yourself, how you move forward, removing the masks, honesty, all of that. And the thing about the knights are the ones that act first and think later. They tend to be the ones that go off and go off on a quest and go off on a side quest, and away they go without really thinking things through. But in this case, it's about confidence, and your confidence will build. So there is definitely a pattern here about your confidence building. I think, right? It may be that this job offer isn't coming tomorrow. It may be there's a delay in the offer, rather than you're not going to get an offer. Does that make sense? Because this is a really upbeat, confidence boosting card. And yeah, it feels like, especially for some reason, especially for this, I don't know what this firm proper connection is, but there's going to be this really strong connection. And this one, I think this is I think there will be a job offer coming. I just don't think it's going to be tomorrow. But the fact that we've got the Ace of Pentacles at all, that new start in the financial sector, in that financial part of life, it does feel promising. Okay, it really does feel promising. I think certainly by the end of the month, I think you'll be feeling a lot more confident and a lot happier in where you're headed. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Maybe not tomorrow, but soon. I hope that helps. There we go. See, sometimes it's just the wording of a question can be a bit difficult to read, because again, as I say, if it's not coming tomorrow, doesn't mean it's not coming at all. And I think that's where that ace comes in. But anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Let us know how you go, because we're really nosy. We are. But we're really nosy here, and we really like digging into what people are doing and people's lives and all of that stuff. So yeah, fingers crossed. What? Because I'm drinking water. I had my coffee, Ed, and now I'm drinking water. Yeah, don't worry, I'm just talking to me dragon. That's just standard. No worries. I hope it helps. Morning. Let us know how things go. I should be back on a live stream on Thursday evening at 10 p.m. UK time for at least an hour. So do come in and see us. Let us know. If you haven't heard anything tomorrow, then hopefully by Thursday or Friday you should get some information. But let us know, because as I say, we're right nosy buggers over here. Anyway, what time is it now? 22. We got 20 minutes basically, so there's time for one, maybe two more readings. There's only time for one super chat reading, so if you want a longer reading and you want to go into more detail, this is your last chance, this is your last call to get that slot. If however you want to grab yourself the last free reading, and you can do, I've opened the round now, so all you need to do is pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get picked at random and sent across to me. Now, don't forget, if you want to guarantee that you are the last reading slot today, then you can do so by sending your question in the form of a super chat, and that will guarantee your last place position, or your last question. So then do one of those two things, and I will read for you in about 30 seconds. Wow, it looks like we have exhausted all of the questions for tonight. Listen, if you want a reading that goes into a lot more detail and is a lot longer, like it's normally between 35 and 45 minutes, you can always go across to my website. It's beyondauthentic.co.uk, just up here. And there are two options. One, you can use the code authentic10 for a 10% discount. But I do have a Spooktober, an October special discount. So if you book your reading before the end of the month, even if it's for the beginning of November, if you book it before the end of the month, you can save yourself 20% with this code. Yes, indeed. Code Spooktober24 will get you 20% off. And that is running, as I say, until the end of the month. So do take advantage of that if you would like to. If we have no more questions in, then I think we might have a bit of an early night tonight, everybody. We might call it a day. Let me just have a quick little look. Oh, come on. Hold on. Hold on a second. There we go. Right. I've got comments in. Good evening, Rainbow. Thank you, Holland. Holland has put the link there in the chat. It's dead easy. beyondauthentic.co.uk. I do have to say, starting on Thursday, you can, Rainbow. Well, literally, you are you would be the last question. So get in now. Quick. Ask your question. What I was going to say, starting on Thursday, I am doing a quiet launch, not a silent launch, but a quiet launch of my new website, which is going to be called The Witch's Road. And it's got lots of bits of information for witches, study information. There is a link to our shop, where you can get items that I have made. You can get items that have come from the Witch Casket boxes and other subscription boxes that I've just not used. I'm selling those at discounts. And there are also items on there that are like your witchcraft essentials. So candles and all sorts of bits and pieces that are, you know, commonly used, crystal balls, things like that. So that is going live on Thursday. So if you're here for Thursday's live stream, I'll be talking about it on Thursday. The reason I'm not making a massive song and dance about it is because of my health. I was hoping there'd be a lot more stock on there before we launch, but there isn't. So I'm just doing a slow launch, and we'll build it as we go. Like most things we've done on this channel, we build things as we go along, and we let things build organically, which is what we've done here with our lovely audience and with our lovely community. Right then, Rainbow, talking about our lovely audience and our lovely community, I've got your question, and this will be the last question for tonight. So I'm going to hit the doodah button, and your reading will come up in 15 seconds. Okay, Rainbow, let's have a look. So as always on this channel, we cleanse the space with our lovely bell. We always go clockwise or deersill. I have to remember which one's which. We have to go clockwise because it brings the protection and it banishes any negativity. So that's why we do that. And then we bring in Wispy, who is the air elemental dragon that I work with. The air elemental dragon who comes in and connects me to the Akashic records, where all of the information is that we get through the cards. So somehow, again, I've never claimed to know how tarot works. It's just 78 bits a card, and with Oracle it's however many bits a card with pretty pictures that I interpret. How that makes a connection to you, I've got no idea. How that works over the internet, even less of an idea. When I have somebody sat in front of me and I'm doing them a reading, at that point you can sometimes say, oh wow, you're noticing their change in body language or posture, or they smiled when you said that, and you're just throwing random stuff out there until something hits. Well, that could be said, and I know I have had a tarot reader do that to me back in the past. However, that doesn't work when you're on the interwebs and you can't see the person. That's when it's a whole different thing. Okay. Thank you, Neil. That's much quicker than it should be. I will look into that. Okay, I forgot what I was saying, but yes. Anywho, did I shuffle the cards? Did I shuffle the cards? I think I shuffled the cards. Wispy. I don't think I did. Wispy, is Adil still interested in Yusra? From Yusra. Rhoda, thank you very much for your donation. I will try and read after this. So yeah, hopefully there's time. Right, Rainbow, let's have a look for you, my darling. Let's do the drop, Wispy. There we go. Oh, thing about this deck is it likes to pull double cards. Right then, so first things first, right? I have to say this every time. So one of the cards that's come up is one of the scary cards, right? It's a card that whenever it comes up, people always get a bit concerned. This does not mean what it says on the tin. This is not what it says, okay? Do not. The card I'm talking about in this case is the devil card. This does not mean that Satan or Lucifer or Old Scratch or Old Nick, the Satan is not chasing you. This is not a demon. This is not Satan. This is not from hell, right? There is no Satan in paganism as such, right? It's a Christian belief, not one of ours. And so in the tarot, the devil doesn't mean the old horny one, you know, who's going to drag you to hell. That is not what this represents. It represents materialism. It represents contracts. It represents material concerns over spiritual ones, right? I'll explain. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So when we see the devil, we quite often see the pentacle, right? But we see it like this, don't we? Now, the pentacle, when it's this way up, is spirit, which is that top one, over earth, air, fire, water, over the physical elements. So it's spirit over the other four. So your spiritual side is over your material, your manifest, your physical side. When it's this way up and you've got 1 point at the bottom, that is spirit, and the other four, earth, air, fire, water, are at the top. That is where you put your physical needs, your material needs, above your spiritual. That's all that this means. Okay, so the devil in tarot is talking about putting your needs first, your material needs first. Now, that all being said, let's get into the reading. So where you are right now, you've got the devil, you've got that connection, but the devil here is reversed. If it was this way up, it could perversely be talking about marriage, because part of the devil is the contracts and those, you know, you sign your deal with the devil. It's all of that, that kind of vibe. When it's reversed, it's not that, but it is warning about looking at contracts. Look at the T's being crossed and the I's dotted. That is what it's looking at. Okay, so this is suggesting that, is Adil still interested in you? I think at the moment, I think there's perhaps other things going on for Adil right now, and that if there was ever an interest, particularly if that interest was in marriage or something, you know, committed long term, then I think that isn't on the cards right now because of this reversal. Okay, what you need to know, we've got the Queen of Wands, and this is talking about confidence, security, how you see yourself. I think this is that you need to, the Queen is nurturing. I think this is that you need to look after yourself a bit better. You need to nurture yourself. You need to do a bit of self-care. I think so. Right, we'll speak. Give me that again. Okay. I don't think Adil is interested in a long-term relationship, marriage and all of that. I don't think that's on the cards because of this reversal. There is a possibility of temptation elsewhere, right? I don't think there's been any cheating, but there is definitely a possibility of temptation elsewhere, particularly if that doesn't mean contracts and that doesn't mean marriage, right? So I think there could be something else happening that is separate to you, but definitely it certainly doesn't feel as if Adil is after that their long-term marriage situation. This is absolutely saying that you need to look after yourself, right? You need to nurture yourself and become more confident in yourself, because this is in the what you need to know right now. Okay, so that's how you move forward, is you just become your own person. You become more confident. You sit on your own throne. You build that throne if you have to. And then in the sort of opportunity position, the outcome, we've got another queen. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is reversed. So this is saying that it's going to be difficult, but I think you need to be able to both grow emotionally, to grow, but also financially. So there is something here that is suggesting, because you've got both of these queens, it's almost suggesting that you need to maybe look at, hang on, it is suggesting that you need to become self-sufficient, so that you are looking after your own finances, that you are looking after your own workload, and that you are sort of emotionally and financially able to flourish. The financial one is going to be a bit of a difficulty because it's reversed. It's saying that you need to maybe look at a career or a job alteration so that you can become more self-sustainable. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes some sense. I don't know, but that is absolutely what it's saying. It doesn't feel that marriage is on the cards for you, my darling, but it does feel as if you are going to move forward and be a better, quote unquote, version of you in the future. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, yeah. So anyway, hope that makes sense. And thank you very much for your question. Right, where's the doodah? There we go. Oh gosh, excuse me. Hang on, I'm on the wrong camera. There we go. So let's look in the live chat. Someone told you you'll marry him. The devil reversed is absolutely not. There's that contract is not wanted. So that marriage contract, absolutely not wanted. Oh, no problem at all, my darling. It does. You just needed confirmation. Yeah, I don't think there's any with that devil. Again, you make all your own decisions about your own life, but with that devil card reversed, I don't think there's any chance there for marriage, unfortunately or fortunately. Right then, Rhoda, thank you very much for your donation. I will read for you now. It's going to be a slightly faster, truncated reading, my darling, purely and simply because we are very nearly out of time. Don't forget, everybody, I am back on Thursday evening at 10 p.m. UK time. So in 2 days' time, 10 p.m. here in the UK till midnight, maybe only till 11, depending on how busy we are. So if you want a late shift reading, if you are in another part of the world and that time frame sort of suits you better, then do come and see us. Also, while you're there, you might as well click your subscription button and click your bell. Change your settings to all. That way YouTube should notify you whenever I go live, like on a Thursday evening. So yeah, good thing, good recommendation. If you haven't done it already, good recommendation. Change your settings on your bell to all. Really important, because YouTube keeps unchanging it for some people, which is also, very, very useful. Anyway, Rhoda, let's have a look. A simple question. I'm just going to take a swig of water. Bear with. There we go. A simple question for Rhoda. And that is, Wispy, Rhoda wants to know, have they met their person? Has Rhoda met their person yet? Has Rhoda met their person? Whoever their person... Oh, gosh, what am I doing? Because it's right at the end of a 2-hour stream. Right, whoever Rhoda is... No, whoever it is... Oh, dear. Let's rewind all of that. Wispy, Rhoda would like to know if they've met their person yet. I mean, it does that does maybe suggest, Rhoda, that you only get one. I am a firm believer that you get various people in your life whenever they're needed, right? That's multiple cards. There is a very famous song from the musical Wicked, which says, I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we teach them in return. And basically what that means is that people come into our lives and they come with lessons. If we let them in, they will help us learn those lessons. They will help us grow. And that is I believe that so firmly. Like the when I first heard that song from Wicked, I was like, oh my God, that sums up a big, massive chunk of my belief. And sometimes those people come into our lives are, ooh, we've had a card flip. It's the 9 of chalices, 9 of cups. Ooh, maybe. I was about to say, sometimes those people are romantic relationships and sometimes those people are friends. I guarantee you that the people that are on this channel that have a little spanner next to their name, these are the people that have come into my life for a reason. And I love them all dearly. And yeah, so that is absolutely a thing. Right, so we've had the 9 of chalices jump, the 9 of cups. Cups is your emotional suit. 9 is full, remember. 10 is overflowing. Look at this beautiful scene. We've got this person underwater and we've got the swan at the top. This is full of emotion, and this is your clarifying card. So it's quite possible that if you are in a new relationship, if you have met someone that is fairly new and you have the feeling that this could be a strong connection, hold on to that person. Hold on to them tightly. I don't mean like, well, yeah, physically, but also like you do have to let them breathe and you do have to let them, like, you know, go to the shops and have a life. But hold on to them because this feels like a very strong connection. So then, Wispy, where Rhoda is, 3 of chalices, moving forward with the romantical type thing. What you need to know, we've got the Knave of Swords, the Page of Swords, and in the outcome, the Emperor. Ooh, so 3 of 3. Thank you, Ed. 3 of chalices, the 3 of cups. What does this indicate? This indicates that you are moving forward. So this indicates that you've already had a connection with that person and you are moving forward. You are starting to take it to the next level. So whether that is moving in, whether that is, you know, adopting pets or having kids, whatever it is, that connection is here, and that connection is a strong emotional connection because the 3s are taking those steps. Okay, so it's baby steps. It might be a new relationship that you are, you know, still feeling each other out. I wish I'd used different words, but you know, those ones work. And it does feel as if there is that connection there, but this is moving that relationship onwards into something else. This is growing the relationship. So it does feel like there's a lot of love in the room. It does feel quite positive. In terms of what you need to know, we've got the Knave or the Page of Swords. Swords is your trouble and strife, your hurdles. Pages are youthful characters, and these are very, very youthful characters, right? So this is innocence. This is a person who is naive. This is ignorance with a small I. Okay, so whatever the hurdles are, it will be from teething problems, it will be from getting to know one another, it will be from that sort of vibe. It isn't somebody coming in and going, actually, rah, I hate you and you're a load of crap and blah, blah, blah. No, this will be small issues that come up in any relationship, right? So, and they are completely resolvable. And this isn't coming from you. I think this is coming from whoever that the person is, right? Because it does feel as if there is definitely somebody here that you are connecting with, especially because in the outcome, this opportunities ahead type situation, we've got the Emperor. Now, this is fascinating because the Emperor is the one who makes the decision. So it could be this person is male. It could be that this person is any gender and just gives off sort of boss type energy, because the Emperor doesn't have to be male. I know it's like it's the Emperor rather than the Empress, but the Empress has a very different vibe to the Emperor. The Emperor in the tarot deck, there's the physical realm and the spiritual realm. The Emperor is as high as you can go in the physical realm. The Hierophant, the high Pope, the equivalent of the High Priest, he's as high as you can go in the spiritual realm. So these two people together, the Emperor and the Hierophant, rule over the entire tarot deck, right? So this Emperor is somebody who is in command, in authority, somebody who is comfortable being the leader. And if this is your partner, if this is or a reflection of you, then this is fantastic, because you know in most relationships you need someone to be a leader and someone to be a follower, and that doesn't mean that the relationship isn't equal. It's just that's how things sort of end up tallying out. And so it does feel as if this Emperor energy has come into play, and moving forward, it does feel as if either you are going to take that leadership role, or you will quite happily take the follower role to whoever it is that you've met that is the leader for you, your leader. And again, all of this is through this lens of the Nine of Cups, which is full of emotion, full of positive emotion. I think there's lots of love involved, lots and lots and lots of really nice vibes moving forward. So all of that to say, Rhoda, if you've met somebody new and you've started something with them, or you're hinting at starting something with them, then absolutely go down that road, because this genuinely feels very, 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 very positive. Like very positive. You could not really ask for better cards for a relationship than these. Like, yes, there will be some issues, and I don't know whether the person you've met is a little bit younger or just a little bit less experienced in the ways of life, in the ways of the Force. No, in the way of life. But it feels really positive. And so I would say, my darling, take that and absolutely wish you nothing but the very best of luck. And listen, if you end up getting married, or you end up having some sort of like wonderful commitment ceremony, a hand fasting, anything like that, do remember we are still looking out for the first Beyond Authentic Tarot wedding, where me and the mods get to come along either in person or via Zoom. So we are absolutely looking forward to that. We have some of us are looking at wearing lovely hats, and some of us are looking at wearing lovely suits or waistcoats. We are all very much into that. As soon as it happens, we want an invite. So there you go. Hopefully, my darling, that helps. No problem at all. I am very glad to help anytime. But that is going to be it from me, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching this on the replay, please put the what should we put in the description box, in the comment section? What emoji should I tell you what, seeing as that last reading is so full of love and romance, let's put hearts in the comment section. If you've got to this point in the stream, if you've got to this point rewatching, Luke, I am your father. It's no, I am your father. But yes, and you knew I was going to correct you because I do it every time because it's a wind up. But anyway, put a love heart in the comment section if you've managed to get this far. And don't forget, everybody, do check out my Spooktober discount over on my website, beyondauthentic.co.uk, where you can book a reading and you can get yourself 20% off with code Spooktober24. But that is going to be it from me, everyone. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. Thank you to the mods. You are all just amazing. I love and squishy you all. And of course, thank you to all for watching. Thank you to the subscribers, and thank you to the members. I will see you again Thursday, 10 p.m. UK time. If not, I'll be back on Sunday at 6 o'clock for the members only live, and 7 p.m. for more readings. Until then, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.